Second and 10. Hand off to Kennedy, right up the middle for a gain of maybe 3. Big play here facing the Pirates, 3rd and 7. They need this to keep the drive alive. This is a big one. Gus Jackson, junior quarterback, done a super job this year, but tonight had some problems hanging on to the football. But not just Jackson, the entire Pirate backfield, a little bit of trouble hanging on to the ball. Jackson rolls left himself. He's got a little room. Will he make it? He'll be short, maybe by a yard.
That was on that 4th down with Pittsburgh.
So, big decision time here by Coach Calvin Hill. 4th down, you're going to need a couple of yards. You trail 27-7. You've got 2:44 remaining to play in the 3rd period of play. Coach Calvin Hill is going to say the thing to do is go for it. We're going to call it 2 and a long 2 at that. But at this point, really, this is the play to really make. You need to keep this drive alive. You need to make 2 yards for the first. Jackson himself, he breaks it, and he'll get the first as he crosses the 40-yard line down to the 34. Or 30, check that, 36-yard line. 1st down and 10 for Jackson on the quarterback sneak.
So on the 38-yard line, 1st and 10 for Pittsburgh.
So that keeps the drive alive for the Pirates. 2:12 remaining in the 3rd, 27-7. They need points. So Jackson hands it to Rhymes, and he'll pick up maybe a couple of yards. But it's tough going against that Tiger line. They brought a big line down here from Daingerfield tonight. So it's tough going right up the middle. Hollow to pick up a 2. Second down and 8 now for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Mitchell split right from the I formation. Jackson hands it to the first man, and is he going to fumble too? I'm afraid he may have. Oh no, another fumble out there, and I believe the Tigers are going to come up with it.
Looks like the Tigers recover. First attempt for the Tigers.
We have seen some turnovers tonight, some strip balls and just some mishandled handoffs and just some, we've seen the pill on the field tonight. A minute 27 to go in the 3rd. 27-7 is our score. From the I formation, another fumble, but I believe it's going to be fumbled out of bounds. The ball carrier, Marlon Hayes. And Hayes makes a nice run before he coughs it up, but the ball's going to be out of bounds. It'll be 2nd down now, and call it 3. He'll pick up a 7 on the play. Call it 2nd down and 3. 2nd and short now for the Tigers. They operate from the I formation. Hand off to the second man through once again, and he's got room. Once again, the ball carrier, Hayes, and he'll pick up the 1st down and more as he rambles down to around the 45-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Daingerfield Tigers. Ball races just outside the 45-yard line of the Pirates.
It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Tigers at that point. Johnson's got the ball on a rollout. He's got a man open and in and out of the hands. Actually, he just really missed Holder, Chance Holder. He could not get the ball to him, so he just missed him on that one. But some nice ball handling out there by the Daingerfield quarterback, Jeff Johnson, as he faked everybody out and had plenty of time and just couldn't connect with his receiver. Noah Reese on the coverage on that play for the Pirates. Brings up 2nd and 10. Trap play and nothing happening. Oh, it looks like he breaks out. Number 44 breaks out. And we got a face mask out there, and Noah Reese may have grabbed the bar. 44 Austin should have been down. Should have been down twice. And he spun out of it, and then the personal foul. This is going to be a big one. You got to wrap him up, and the Pirates just didn't wrap him. I'll tell you, he spun off. It looked like he was down. He should have been down. Sammy Austin picked up the yardage plus the penalty. Along with that goes the 1st down and 10. Johnson tosses right, and Hayes is going to trip himself up, or one of his blockers trips him up. Hayes goes nowhere. Hayes a pretty salty runner out there, but he couldn't do much on that one as he tripped himself up, or actually tripped over his own blockers. Now we're going to be finishing the 3rd quarter, as that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. You heard the tone. Well, it's been all Tigers in this one. 27-7 they lead. Pittsburgh not out of it, but they're going to have to come back and rebound and do something here in the 4th. Big problem we've noticed, the big problem, of course, you've noticed have been the fumbles, not been able to hang on to the football. The Pirates having a rough time with just getting a grasp of the old pigskin. They've got 12 minutes. They trail by 20, but, other things have happened definitely plenty of time. We've got a quarter left in this one.
Leo's Auto Salvage, 2/10 of a mile south of Pittsburgh, featuring parts for almost every type of car. We have double the size of our inventory.
Underway, stopped by fumbles, big plays, and the fumbles have hurt them. I'm sure Coach Calvin Hill will be one of the first to tell you that you can't win games when you turn over the football. That's a simple one. Of course, there are 2 spots in the district that always go to the playoffs. It doesn't mean the Pirates may still have the opportunity to take one of those spots. Draw play. Pick up a 2 yards on the play out there by Marlon Hayes, the running back. Call it a pick up a 2, 3rd down and 8 with 11:36 remaining in the 4th period of play. We're just underway in the 4th, 27-7. The Pirates really need to do something. Backs against the wall here now. Big play here, 3rd and long, slant pass and complete, but will he get the 1st? Toby Montgomery on the defensive coverage, and he may have stopped him short of the 1st down. I'd have to say this has got to be 4-down territory, no matter if you're 20 ahead or 20 behind. Unless you've got you a field goal kicker. I'm going to say he made the 1st down, so evidently close enough to call.
The 1st and 10 for the Tigers was ball about the 17.
1st down and 10 now. The ball at the 17-yard line for the Tigers. Pirates needing to stop them. Handoff for a fumble. Pirates say they've got it. Pirates are going to come up with it. We'll see who comes off the number. Oh, yeah. All right, nice play by Kenny Allen. And he's going to come off the bottom of that pile with a fumble recovery. And that may even be his 2nd tonight. We've seen so many fumbles tonight, we have completely lost track. We'll be the first to tell you that. I'd like to thank Mike Ross for coming along and helping with the technical activities that he does. We hadn't worked with him every game this year. Always good to see Mike and always have an opportunity to get back and work with Mike Ross, handling all the technical duties tonight. Jackson with a handoff to Kennedy, and he'll get, 3, maybe 4 yards. Now we've got a flag down. We'll see what the call is going to be. Willie Kennedy running hard. Face mask, the option's going to rest with the Pirates. That'll be a big one. Personal foul, 15 yards, brings a first down. Well, check that. It'll only be a 5-yard penalty. That'll evidently be in inverted face mask, which only is a 5-yard penalty, so still a first down. In other words, unintentional. That's what we're saying. Jackson to pass. He's got a man open, and it's in and out of the defender's hands. Check that, Hendricks. And he couldn't hold on to it. The pass intended for Tracy Harris, who was open. But I think Gus Jackson just hung it out there a little long. And Jackson couldn't get to it, but nearly intercepted. Fires from the I formation, second down. Pitch to Kennedy, left side, and he'll be close to the first down. He'll have the first down. First and 10 at the 28.
First down for Pittsburgh. First down and 10 for the Pirates. Ball ready on the home 28-yard line.
The Pirates pick up the first down and 10. The ball at the 28-yard line. They trail 27-7, but they are on the move. First down and 10 at that point. Now once again back to the shotgun. We haven't seen this since the opening minutes of the first period. Little handoff to Kennedy right side, and he's got a little room. He'll pick up maybe 3 yards.
Bring up second down and 7 for Pittsburgh.
They'll call it a long 7. Second down and 7. We're in the fourth period of play here. Pittsburgh Pirates Stadium. Mitchell in motion. Jackson looking for Mitchell. Can he find him? He's got him. Does he have some room? He tried to cut back across field, and he was brought down after a gain of only a couple of yards.
Tackle. Bring up third down and about 6 for Pittsburgh.
Brings up a third down. We'll call it 3rd and 6 now for the Pirates. Once again from the shotgun formation. Jackson behind center. Oh, it's a bad snap. Jackson's going to run it himself left, and he breaks a tackle, and he's going to fumble again. And that may be the straw that breaks the Campbell's back, as that is another bad turnover out there by the Pirates. They cough it up once again. Jackson trying to make something happen, fighting for yardage, and that's how it often happens. They strip the ball knocked loose. The Tigers are going to come up with it, first down and 10. First down and 10 now for the Tigers. Hey, handoff right side, and good yardage is going to be picked up out there by Frederick. Jeff Johnson, the quarterback, still in there for the Tigers.
Move the ball just past the 26-yard line. Working second down and about 2 for Daingerfield. Second down and 2.
Second and short now for the Tigers. Hand off to Frederick once again. He'll lose yardage this time as he's brought down out there by Jones. Nice tackle by Darius Jones.
Third down and about 4 for the Tigers.
Brings up a third down situation. Third and 4 now for the Tigers. Keeper by Johnson, and he rolls left, gets the first down. And he's brought down after a pickup of 7.
Play was good for a first down for the Tigers. First and 10 for Daingerfield is already about the 21-yard line.
Brings up a first down and 10 now for the Tigers. They lead this one 27-7 and are knocking on the door again with 6:41 remaining in the fourth. Pass in the flats and incomplete. Intended receiver Austin, but he had good coverage out there. Coverage by Rhymes and also Toby Montgomery out in the flat. Second and long now for the Tigers. Second down and 10. Hand off to the first man through. That's the fullback once again. Doty, and he's done a good job tonight. He rambled for about 7 yards. He'll be close to the first down, but he'll be short by maybe a yard.
Third down and 2 for Daingerfield. Ball return 13-yard line of 5.
So third and short, call it third and 2 now for the Tigers. Hand off to the fullback, and he's going to be, is he going to make it? I don't believe he is. I think he'll be short. Stopped by the Pirates out there. Excellent defense. Allen out there on the play. He has played a heck of a ball game tonight. Also Carpenter on the tackle. So it brings up a fourth down and 2, maybe a yard. I'll call it a long yard for the Tigers. They lead this one with a comfortable 27-7 lead with 5:14 remaining in the fourth period of play. Toss to Hayes. He's in the end zone. Touchdown. Daingerfield Tigers.
25, Marlon Hayes.
Tell you, Hayes just went in on pretty much unmolested as he just waltzed into the end zone. That'll take our score to 33-7 with 5:03 remaining in this one. There's the point after attempt to try to take our score 34-7. The kick's up, and is it good? Yes. So with 5:03 remaining in the fourth period of play, the Tigers take a 34-7 lead into the final 5 minutes of the fourth period of play. Well, it's been one turnover after another. Has been the story of this one tonight. Every time the Pirates would get something going, then they'd cough up the football, and I don't know how many turnovers we've had, but a lot of them went in favor of the Tigers, as the Pirates have just had one heck of a time keeping a handle on the ball tonight. Of course, a lot of it, or some of it, they were stripped of the ball a few times, but a couple of times it was just obvious problems keeping the football. As we mentioned earlier, you can't win if you turn it over. And Coach Calvin Hill will be the first, I believe, to tell you that. But it's a lot of district play still left. We'll be back here next week once again for another ball game. Yeah, the wind picking up a little bit out here, as we mentioned earlier, is that Texas Northern front starting to pass through, and a little wind's picked up and knocked the ball off the tee. Atlanta comes in here next week. That's going to be another tough one for the Pirates, but they come in here next week, and we'll be back up here in the broadcast booth. Short kick once again. Johnson with the return, and he'll bring it to the 40-yard line. Pirates once again in good field position. And they need to, if nothing else, make a few things happen and get some of that Pirate pride back that we've talked so much about throughout the season. Because there's still a lot of district play left to play, and once you get into the district, anything could happen. .56 remaining in this one. 34-7, our score here at Pirate Stadium. Coach Calvin Hill not happy, of course, with the performance tonight, and I'm sure he'll have a few things to say to the boys about holding on to the football. That's the key. You got to hang on to the field. So Coach Calvin Hill, I'm sure if you will work on that some this week. We mentioned got Atlanta coming in here next week. That's going to be a big one. Atlanta coming on strong. Jefferson, another good ball club in this district to look for this year. Gilmer having their woes and problems still a little bit down south 20 miles. Travis Huff in at quarterback doing a superb job, but the Buckeyes is having a little problem getting on track, although they did sneak up a couple of 3 weeks ago and upset Van. It was a state-ranked contender. Jackson to Kennedy left side, and Kennedy will be brought down after a couple of yards. Pirates tonight just have come up against a tough defensive team against the Daingerfield Tigers.
2 yards in.
They have not allowed a lot to happen and have stripped the ball quite a bit. But on the bright side, we've seen some good play tonight, of course, out of Garnett Mitchell, who we always expect to play well, but the one that just came off the field right there, Cedric Grimes, made some great plays tonight. Some nice runs and the interception that he got earlier. Jackson to pass, 7-step drop. He's looking for Tracy Harris. And, boy, that looked like could have been a little bit of bumping and shoving, but no flag. Tracy Harris downfield at about the 30-yard line. Could not get a handle on it. That'll stop the clock with 4:03 remaining in the fourth period of play. Brings up a punting situation now for the Pirates. Hemp's still back, and Hemp's still back at his 26-yard line. The pressure again, and he barely gets this one off, as it may have been partially tipped. But they have been on Clint's back all night long as they have really put pressure on the punter.
Daingerfield now 1st and 10 with the ball resting about their own 44-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
We have 3:56 remaining in this one. 34-7 our score. Daingerfield now has it 1st down and 10. Good field position with the ball at the 30 at the 44-yard line. Should be illegal procedure on this particular play against the Tigers, as the end was a little antsy. Illegal procedure as he jumped. That'll back him up 5 yards, and it'll be 1st down and 15 at that juncture.
5-yard steps up. Be 1st and 15 for Daingerfield. Jason Cox, quarterback.
1st down and 15 as we have a new quarterback now for the Tigers, Jason Cox. in at QB. Pitch out to the halfback, and he'll pick up good yards. The running back, Hayes, he'll pick up maybe 5, close to the original line of scrimmage, well short of the first down marker. Second and long now, second and about 11 for the Tigers. Cox with a little handoff to the second running back through. The ball carrier on the play is Hayes, and he'll pick up maybe 5 yards. Short well of the first down, so it'll bring up a third down situation. 3rd and 8 possibly now facing the Tigers.
Be 3rd down and 9 for Daingerfield.
Third and long from the I formation. Cox with a handoff. No, he rolls left himself. He's looking for room. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down and more. He's knocked out of bounds at the 32-yard line.
Robert Beasley on that tackle for the Pirates.
Nice game by Jason Cox. He's a 160-pound junior. He just covered himself left side and picked up the first down.
The 1st and 10 for the Tigers with the ball resting about the 38-yard line on the Pirates.
First and 10 now for the Tigers. Hand off to the fullback, and he'll pick up 6, maybe 8 yards before he's brought down. A nice run out there by Jimmy Carter.
Ball again next Friday night. Here, Pittsburgh Pirates Stadium against Atlanta. Kickoff time at 7:30. That brings us second down and 1 for the Tigers.
Going to be close enough, it looks like, for a measurement as we're going to bring the chains out to see if the first down was achieved. We have 2:23 remaining in this one. The visitors lead 34-7. Pirates are going to have to go back this week and sort of regroup and take a look at the, let's really go back to some of the fundamentals to take a look at the exchange of the quarterback to the halfback on the handoff and holding on to the football. That's going to be, I'm sure, Coach Calvin Hill's main objective this week is to go back to teach fundamentals, to teach to hanging on to that football no matter what. Straight ahead handoff to Jimmy Carter, and he'll pick up maybe, he'll lose a yard on the play. Clock continues to tick at 1:52. Daingerfield will win this one, win it going away 34-7. Pirates, all kind of problems tonight with the fumble. That's what, if you look back at really what the main problem would have been tonight for the Pirates, and that would be a little thing called the fumble. Or as Coach Calvin Hill would say, a big thing called the fumble. Hand off to the first fullback, or to the first man through, ball carrier Crowder, Andrew Crowder, and he'll pick up good yardage.
First down for Daingerfield.
Stoppage of the clock to move the chains. Because that's a first down at the 20-yard line for the Tigers as they're on the move again. Clock ticks once again at 1:17. First and 10 now for the Tigers from the 20-yard line. It's out left side, Hayes, and he's got some room, but he'll be brought down out there by the Pirates. Looks like getting up off the pile out there is number 35, Allen, one of the tacklers for the Pirates.
Be second down and 9 for Daingerfield.
We're down to the final moments of this one. Pittsburgh, like we mentioned, are going to have to go back and take a look at hanging on to that football because Atlanta's coming here next week. So I'll tell you what, those Atlanta Rabbits are always tough to contend with, and they'll be tough coming in here. So Coach Calvin Hill with a job ahead of him this week. The Pirates, nothing to be ashamed of. They can hold their heads up. They've hung in there, and they'll continue to hang throughout the season. There's still a lot of district football left. We're down to the final few seconds.
First down for Daingerfield.
We'd like to remind you that this telecast of this game is copyrighted by Channel 54 TV and the Pittsburgh Independent School District. Any copying or rebroadcasting of this game without written permission from Channel 54, the Pittsburgh ISD, and the opposing school system is strictly prohibited. However, videotape copies of this or any other broadcast may be obtained after the season by contacting Channel 54. Well, that's going to be it for us tonight. Our final 34-7 here at Pittsburgh Stadium. The Pirates, as we mentioned, just all kind of troubles hanging on to the football. But if they can learn that, get that kind of going in their favor, well, they'll be back. We'll see you here next week for the Atlanta Rabbits. They'll come to town to take on these Pittsburgh Pirates. My thanks once again to Mike Ross, the technical director, and the entire staff of Channel 54 Sports. This is Jim Bowden saying good night, everybody.
Come to love you so, how I've come to love you so.